Hey Salem, like we promised, we've got a construction site going here. This is episode 3 of Building Buzz. We're already into February, and as we told you, the foundation is going to be poured. We had our first concrete pour last week, and so we're building. So with me, I've got Marco DiLoretti of J.E. Dunn. He is the project superintendent, and so he's out here on the construction site every day. So Marco, what's going on behind us?
Thank you, Deputy. So, as he said, we got started on our foundations last week, and as you can see, we're continuing with our excavations. With our first foundation pour, we're starting to go vertical on that foundation, which would be the walls and the rebar standing for columns, as you can see behind us. These activities will continue for us for about the next 8 weeks or so, until we can start getting into our second level and looking at our second deck pours.
They talked about building this building in different zones, and most of folks are used to the concrete guys come in and they pour the whole slab, and then the electricians come in and the plumbers come in, but you guys are doing something different. Tell us about what's going on this site.
So we are going to be working in zones. We have to work in these zones, especially through the foundation, to ensure that we still have access for the crane to be able to hit the zones. So right now we're in zone 1, and we're starting to excavate zone 2, working our way from west to east. We're leaving a crane path through the center of the building, which will be part of our last zone in the main structure, to allow us access to hit the columns and start to be able to set deck.
You're not going to just have one trade partner on site. You're going to end up, by building these zones, having multiple trade partners. What's that going to look like?
Correct. So by the end of February, we'll be looking to get our mechanical, electrical, and plumbing contractors on site to start their underground work, and we'll stagger them in just behind the concrete guys to get the underground going so we can get our slab on grade complete and then start on the upper floors. We'll probably be looking upwards of 10 to 15 contractors on site at a time, with anywhere from 150 to 200 personnel.
Marco, you got a lot of different equipment out here. I can identify the track hoe, but when we get much past that, we're beyond my capabilities. So what kind of special equipment do you have out here, and what might we expect in the upcoming days?
So some of the equipment you can see behind me is our crane, our mobile crane that we have for the concrete contractor. They'll be using that to set their shear wall forms and column forms. And then we have obviously our excavators and loaders for digging our footing foundations. And then something else you can expect to see on site would be a concrete pump, and then also a lot of concrete trucks rolling in this week.
So thanks for what you're doing, and thanks for being our guest today. So.
Of course, thank you.
And so as we've done on the whole project, we want to encourage local subcontractors to be a part of this project. So J.E. Dunn is holding another subcontractor outreach meeting on February 5th at 4 p.m. at Broadway Commons. And this is the opportunity to come and hear about the project, to pre-qualify as a subcontractor for this job, and to just take part in this project. So this site has been a boon for archaeological finds for the city of Salem and learning about our history. So we have had these artifacts on display at the Mission Mill Museum. We have had the artifacts on display at the Salem Public Library, but the study is still continuing. Willamette students will continue studying on this site, and they will study the site's stratigraphy and the paleohydrology, and they will continue to analyze some of the artifacts that they found. Now, hopefully there were some pop-ups below those big words that I just said, because I'm not sure that I understand completely what they're doing, but it's an exciting opportunity for us to learn more about the history and where we came from and what was on this site. So please like and share and help us build some buzz about the new Salem Police Station.